Go ahead and get into our chairs. Find yourself in Tadasana, that Tada pose, where we really feel proud. We really feel uplifted. And our feet are planted nicely on the earth. I've got my shoes on because of the surface I'm on, but you can have your feet completely soles, naked soles touching the earth. And we are going to lengthen our spine. So find the feet of your spine, your sits bones on your chair. Okay? Maybe some blankets. And we're going to assist by just taking a little pressure into our palms and letting our shoulders, even though we're pressing here might mean we're going to lift our shoulders up. No, press down, pull shoulders down, and you bring that energy then from here and here up to the center, like around your elbow area. And then you're going to make sure your head is on straight as we hear that beautiful train passing by. Lifting your chin up just a bit, closing your eyes if you'd like to come into a nice sweet space here. I'm outside, so it's easy for me to breathe. This wind reminding me how important it is to take those breaths. And even in the eye of the storm, I can find some calm in my breath. The more you elongate your breath, especially that exhale, the more you're going to calm your parasympathetic nervous system, which makes us happier people. Now go ahead and let your hands rest downward, and then just lift them up like you are reaching to receive whatever that life in this world, this universe has to give you. Those shoulders down as you open up your fingers up wide. And then from here, continue to lift up towards the heavens. So I'm extending my hands out so they're more parallel to the ground, instead of fingers straight up. And I feel that connection with the earth and the heavens. And I feel that in my chest area as well. Lifting, looking, lifting a little bit more. And then exhale, let myself come on down. Hands relax down. One hand comes to the leg of a chair, the other hand lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, take it on over. Let's hold here and just work on a bit of alignment. So right now I have one hand kind of pressing in or holding on to the leg of that chair. And the other is extending outward, and I feel that opening in my ribs, those intercostal muscles, and pressing down with my feet and pressing down into my sits bones, both of them, trying to still equalize that weight, even though most of my weight is over on one side. Take a big deep inhale again. Stretch and stretch and stretch. Exhale, release a little bit lower. Now rise up on the next inhale, slowly. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale. Take your hand on down. And feel the difference in the length of our body. This is what happens when we attend to our body's needs of opening and releasing that stagnant, blocked energy that compresses into our body. So let's take a hold of the opposite leg on that chair, lifting up, lengthening, sits bones pressed down, arm reaches up, nice and high. Come on over, exhale. And as we're here, we're working on that alignment with our breath continuing to flow. Let's pull that upper shoulder back just a bit more. Lengthen through, press down into feet, sits bones. Another big long inhale. Reaching, reaching, stretching. Exhale. Down a Now, with obliques, abdominal strength, arms. Exhale, let's take it down and feel how evenly centered we feel on both lengths of the arms. Good. Let's pump out our chest a little bit. Take your hands behind you, either interlace, push down, squeeze shoulders together. Let your heart expand forward. Press down. Fists right behind you into the chair as you lift and gaze up. Heart expands. And then bring yourself up. And exhale, releasing. Let's just let these arms that have been held pretty steady and strong be released just a bit. It's kind of floating, flying motion. Okay. Inhaling, lifting up as our wrists touch. Exhaling as the wrists release down. A few more times. Inhale, really lengthen both sides of the body. And exhale, take it down. Floating and flying, gracefulness here. Two more. And bringing ourselves on down here. Slide your hands to your knees. And let's begin a little bit of cat and cow. So I'm going to hold on to kneecaps for some leverage. And I'm going to let my body pull forward. And so I lean a little bit forward on those sits bones instead of being nice and evenly placed on them. Hold on here. Let my heart come forward. Let my chin rise. My gaze lift. Opening up through my throat. Not compressing a lot into the neck area, just kind of lengthening up. Okay. And then go ahead and find yourself back in neutral straight and slide hands down to your shins and curl and tuck and round. Pull elbows down, pull shoulders down. Let chin rest. Take a couple breaths here. And then let's go ahead and go back and forth a bit here with our breath. So in a dynamic fashion, okay? Inhale. And exhale, slide, curl, tuck, round. Inhale, rise. Exhale, slide, curl, tuck, round. Keep going. Two more, please. And the second one, when you reach into your cat, let yourself stay forward. Let your chin really tuck. Let your shoulders really round. Let your belly be strong, supporting this forward fold here. And then from here, let your head stay down. Place your hands on your thighs. Press into thighs, lifting your head up into straight spine. Okay, so my hands are pressing into thighs, my feet are pressing downward. I'm on the front edge of the chair and my sit bones. My back is straight and looking straight down. And then from here, I'm going to take my left forearm and cross it across both of my thighs. Keep my right hand on one side and begin to, with that long spine, to twist and look up and back into my eye socket. And then pressing myself back forward, both forearms or hands on your thighs again. And then taking right forearm, crossing it over elbow and hand. Okay, one elbow, one hand, each thigh. The other hand, left hand presses down into your thigh. As you use those as leverage points, find your straight spine and then find your twist. Deep breathing. Good. And then bringing yourself back forward. Two hands resting on your thighs. Let's take a big cow here. Let your chest be forward. Let yourself come up and press into your thighs. Lift yourself back up so that your spine now is perpendicular to the ground. Let's let our hands come down and let's just teeter-totter. Right and left. Feel that all the way into your obliques. Lifting. Exhale, take it down. Exhale. One more side. Good. Let's go ahead and let those shoulders take some rolls. Forward, up and back. Inhale, lift, exhale, back and down. And let's reverse that. Pull back, inhale, pull forward. Good. All right. And then go ahead and open up your feet about the distance of your chair legs. Okay, so we're not having a real wide expansion into our hips yet, but we're just going to start out a little bit here. We're going to take the blocks on the outside of each foot. You can use the high height or the medium or the low. And before we continue, let's just go ahead. Take that slide left and right. And then let's take some circles. Your legs open a little bit, feet apart a little bit. We're able to get a little more of a rotation here. Bigger 360 degrees. Okay. Take it to what is right for you. And let's reversing that pattern, reversing your direction. One was clockwise, one was counterclockwise. That's great. And then bring yourself up. And I'm going to take my left hand up really long. I'm going to leave it right there, bicep by my ear. I'm going to take my right hand to the block. Hand or fingers. Okay, that's my fingertips. I'm up a little bit higher. Find where you are, what's best for you. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to take that upper arm and I'm going to swing it forward and back. Taking a few strokes here. Opening up the side body and getting a good little compression on my right side body. And then I'm going to reverse that. One more. Straight up. And over now. Exhale. Inhale. Fingertips straight up. Exhale. Take it over. Inhale. Exhale. Squeezing and then lengthening. Two more. Rising on up. And let's take both arms up. Inhale. Let's come into cactus or trident mudra. Pull down here. Let's keep elbows right at our shoulder height here. And from here, bring arms in. Try to connect forearms and palms. Take yourself, open up. Inhale. Pull back maybe a little bit. You're keeping still, elbows lifted. Exhale, squeezing. Inhale, opening. Exhale, squeeze, pull in, press. Isometrically. Inhale, one more time. Press it on in. Open up. Bring arms up, inhale. And keeping this arm straight with the other hand, maybe come to fingertips. And if it's too much to reach forward to the block outside of your foot, then bring it back more underneath your shoulder. Okay, you might feel a little more balanced that way. All right, so just find what works for you. Lengthen up really long here in that extended right arm. If your legs are just feeling a little bit comfortable here with this sweet little external rotation of the hips. Nice wind. And let's go ahead and take some circles. And if this is something that your shoulders say no to, take little circles with your elbow. Always ways to keep our yoga flowing through whatever acute or chronic issue we might be having. Okay? Yoga is good for everyone, anytime, any place. You can do your yoga. Lift up here and then take it off. And then from here, we're going to lift up fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. Other fingertips upward, right. Left fingertips on my block. Exhale, down to palm. And reach over with that arm. Inhale. Exhale. And again, find a place that you feel really stable with that block in your hand. Exhale over. One more. Inhale. And exhale over. Arms lift up. Exhale, pull on down. Now pull all the way down. Elbows towards your hips. Lift on up. Inhale. Exhale, pull on down. Elbows by your hips. Feel this opening in your chest. Open your fingers wide. Inhale. Two more times, coming through, trident mudra, squeezing into the side body, lifting up, exhaling down, pull, pull, pull. Yes, good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down. Beautiful, good. Let's go and get some internal rotation on those legs, hips, knees. Bringing the knees together, we're on the inside of our feet, both feet inside here. I'm gonna move the blocks back just a bit. So they're a little bit out of my way for now. I'm gonna use it again. Straight spine, squeeze in knees together. Feel that energy, that adduction coming all the way up into your inner thighs, into your glutes. And then bring your feet flat and then turn yourself so that you're on the outside edge of your feet, okay? And I have shoes on, you might be barefoot, but just let that ankle take hold there. So you can stretch into the ankle a bit. We've opened up into a little more expressive external rotation of our hips. And then we're gonna come back to soles on the ground, and then knees in, inner feet connected here. And let's give a little squeeze again here. Squeezing in to knees, feeling that into your quadriceps, into your feet, all the way up into your abdominal area. Back into center. One more time. Open up here. Let yourself be nice and open. And from here, I'm going to keep myself on that outside edge of my foot to get my ankle to feel flexible. And I'm going to take weight into my left hand on my left thigh and just take a twist. Looking behind me, right shoulder pulls back, left shoulder pulls. And then bringing myself back forward here and reversing. Right shoulder comes forward, left comes back, looking over my left shoulder. Good, let's do that again. I really felt a lot of that in through my core and my obliques. I'm going to do that again into that twist. Make sure your spine is long, then come into it. And also, this is a nice feeling for my ankles to be releasing like this. And then bring myself back. If you take your ankles out and in on a regular basis, or you do ankle rotations, if you ever happen to trip or your ankle slips to one side, it's going to be more likely that your muscles will have adapted to, let's just go in and out of it, to that flexibility, and less likely that you may end up with a twisted ankle. Okay, so keep that in mind when we're doing these. All right, and let's take both of our legs together. I'm going to cross over my left, over my right, and I'm just going to take some circles here. Okay, I love this wind. It's a great practice if you can to come outside and be in the elements. You know, be in that sun, be in the wind. I've done yoga in the rain before. Go ahead and take that circle in the opposite way there with your ankle. Rain or shine, right? Do our yoga. All right, good. Let's go ahead and work into Bhavasana, eagle pose. If this is inappropriate for you to come here, you know, I slide this leg down the shin of the right leg, or maybe you can double twist there. So modifications, amplifications, working on that spectrum of all possibilities, finding what is right for you. Not right for me, not right for anyone else, but what's right for you. Okay. All right, go ahead and lift up. So my left leg's on top. And I'm going to take my left arm under. I'm going to take myself here, pull my shoulders down, lift my shoulders up, pull my shoulders down. One more time. Lift up, pull them down. Good. And then from here, stay, or if you can release and take your forearms so that they find one another, maybe your hands find one another, and you come to raise your thumb up to your third eye here. Pull down into your shoulders. And then lift and look. Exhale, bend into yourself. Take your elbows towards your knee and bring chin to chest. Bowing into yourself. So we've gone to bending back to bowing forward. Inhale, lift. Look up. Heart reaches. Bend back just a bit. Exhale, curl, tuck, and round. Maybe taking the elbows to the knee is some place you're able to get to nicely, and you want more of a constriction or a compression. Pull those elbows to your navel, okay? And that will open up those shoulders even more. Go ahead and lift up, inhale. Exhale, curl, tuck, and round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl and tuck and round. Inhale up. Exhale, release your arms. Let them fly a couple times like we did earlier. As you do, you unwind the legs, taking the opposite leg over, and then releasing hands down. Go ahead and take circles with your left. This is your right leg that's on top. And again, maybe yours is a little bit lower. And circle here. And I'm going to reverse that circling. Good. And sitting up again, straight and tall. Lifting my wings up. Inhale. Really long. Both sides. And now my right arm is coming underneath my left. Make that X. Find your hug. Squeeze into yourself. Pull your shoulders down. Lift your shoulders up. Squeeze into those trapezius muscles. Pull down. Lift up. Let it come down. One more time. Lift. Exhale. Take it down. Find your arms into your space of finding forearms together, maybe hands together, or again, keeping hands at your shoulders, finding that leg either here or down, or we double wrapped it. Okay, inhale with thumb at third eye, elbows rise up, bend into your back, open your heart. And then curl tuck round, elbows to knee or elbows tucked into belly and to navel. Okay, inhale, rising. Exhale, take it on down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, taking it down. 2 more times. Rising up. Bring yourself into that curl, that tuck, that round, bowing into sound. Rising back up. Exhale, releasing from that bind, floating. Releasing the leg binds. Floating. Sending your legs out into still a little bend and let them go. Left and right. Open and close. It's hard to do with my arms moving in one direction. So I'm just windshield wiping my legs. Can I do that and my arms at the same time? Yeah, I guess I can. I'm going to start one instead of doing it midstream. There we go. And then let's go ahead and keep our left leg extended long. Come on to the heel there. Okay. So we're going to have an extension in our leg for the first time for the class. Lean back a little. Take yourself underneath your thigh or interlace underneath your knee. Okay. Let yourself come back almost to the back of your chair, but not quite. Flex into both feet. Right. Pull that right knee into your right shoulder or bring your body towards it. Right. But we're still at an angle back. And from here, try to lift that left leg off the ground, point, flex, take it down. So I'm balancing, and if you aren't balancing on your tailbone, then balance with your shoulders up against the back of the chair, okay? So this is kind of like if we were on the ground, we might be into doing a boat pose here, Navasana. Okay, because we're working on our core strength, we're working on our balance on the tailbone area. And foot comes down, and then bring yourself back. Let your right leg come to the ground and extend it out. Before we go any farther, just windshield wiper. Into hips, into knees, into feet, into body. You let the whole body go. Good. And I'm extending that right leg out. Come onto my heel. lean back, take and lift my left leg off the ground, hold where it feels comfortable for you. Maybe you want to hold in on the chair. If you do, you're going to be working more into your core, all right? So find what works for you. Any hand placement, leaning back, holding that left leg into my left shoulder. Find my balance. Maybe not. Maybe just take your shoulders, your back to the back part of your chair. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Maybe seeing how one side feels a little more balanced, a little stronger than the other. Two more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bringing your body up, foot down, other foot down, knees are bent, and let's just go ahead and windshield wiper now with more of a 90-degree bend in your knee. Okay. Good. All right, now we're going to work ourselves out of the chair with Goddess, and then work with the chair as a tool. Okay, so find yourself with your legs open and your feet, toes out, heels in. And from here, before we go, let's take even bigger circles than we did before because our feet are farther apart, okay? And even if they're the same, taking a few more hip circles will be a good thing for us, okay? Good. And then placing weight on your feet, placing your hips, really sits bones on the chair towards the front of that chair, okay? Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull down, cactus, goddess pose, okay? Inhale, exhale, two more. And now press into feet, lift on up, inhale, exhale down, inhale, lift, exhale, two more. Good. From here, hands down, just like we did seated, shoulder forward, long spine, then look behind, over that upper back shoulder. Bringing myself forward, reversing now. Coming back, lifting into straight legs, moving my hips around a bit. Straight legs now. Reversing. So we're going to use the chair as support for some other poses that we're going to do, okay? So let's go ahead and get that chair so that we are going to utilize the taller part of the chair. So I'm going to place it so that I can keep my hands stable on that back part of the chair. I'm going to face my hips towards that part of the chair as well. And I'm going to work into some hip rotations. I'm going to lift my left knee off my left knee, bend it, lift my left foot up. Come on out. Exhale. Bring that leg in and then send it out. You need to move the chair a little bit or walk back a bit because your knee is connecting to the chair. Go ahead and do that. Feel that right in there. Place that foot down. Let's take the other foot off the ground and take it out, hitting your knee and your hip and your leg and taking into external rotations there. Two more. Good. Placing your feet down, separating your feet out just a bit, toes out, heels in, come into a slight little Squat. Okay, hands here, or hands here, and then come up onto the balls of your feet. Right. So we're going to open up and strengthen and lengthen the muscles attached to our shins and our calves. Okay. Real good thing if you guys are out doing a lot of walking or hiking. Come on down, give it a little bit of a squat, working into our big muscles here and here, and then straight. Come on up to the balls of your feet. Right. Feel the engagement here in your core too as you press down solidly into the chair, pressing down and back, pressing into the balls of your feet. Come on to flat feet. Come into squat. Good. Let's do that one more time. Lift, up, and from here, keep right hand on the chair with the left one up. Inhale. Maybe let your heart rise up to me. And then exhale, that left hand comes down. We're going to work on the right, but first put your feet flat, bend into your legs. Let your right arm lift up and down. You're in a squat. The right arm is bumping itself up. And the right hand comes down and straighten your legs. Good. And then from here, heel toe your feet in and maybe moving your chair in a different position. I'm going to move it so you can still see what I'm doing. And we're going to walk on back. Walk on back and lengthen your spine, lengthen your legs. If that's a lot on your shoulders, then don't walk back so far, or bend your elbows, okay? So find what works for you. Really nice opening for the front side of the body here. Really nice opening for your spine, for your legs. Everything is feeling really supported in this upside down L position. You can turn your toes in and your heels out just a bit to feel that opening a little bit more. Good. And then walking yourself forward. Yeah. And turning your chair around. Okay. So now we're going to face the shorter edge of the chair. And from here, we're going to do something really similar in terms of walking our feet back. Walk them back. Come to what feels comfortable for you in that back of your leg extension. Okay. Better view, I think. And let your head come. Ears by your biceps. Lengthening arms. Lengthening legs. Bend into your knees now and let your heavy head go. Chin to chest. Really let it release here. Let your head pull up, ears by your biceps, lengthen your legs. And from here, take your body forward, forward, forward. Hands are flat on the chair or take it to the sides of your chair. See if you can bring yourself forward into a plank pose. And then take yourself back, down dog. Exhale. Bring yourself forward. Stop when you feel that's enough for you. Okay. Bringing yourself forward, having your hands padded is really a nice idea here. If it's a lot of weight on your wrists, then double pad under your wrists so that your wrists are higher than your fingers. And that way your fingers take more of the weight. Really good here for our core strengthening. Let's do one more, guys. And you can always rise high in the balls of your feet to let yourself come up and over a little bit more. Okay, you might not want to do that. And from here, your down dog, supported down dog. Bring your right foot forward. Okay. And that back foot, we're going to place it down so your toes are towards me, mine towards you. I'm going to keep my right knee above my right ankle, my right hand staying on the chair. I'm just going to open up at my waist, open up my shoulders, take my hand on my hip, and then lift it up and send it over. Extended side angle here. Supported by the chair, holding upper shoulder back, taking a look up, lengthening through side body. And then this hand comes down and back to the chair, and I come back to the ball of that back foot. Find my hand placements side of the chair or on the chair. And bring that front foot back. Find down dog. High in the balls of your feet. Roll yourself forward. Maybe you just want to come this far, okay? Or you want to come this far. Or you want to come into a full plank, right? Find where your body says yes. And try one more then. Either flat on your feet or high in the balls of your feet. Bring myself back. This time, go ahead and let your left leg come forward. And I apologize, I'm going to be facing away from you. But I'll speak up so you can hear me. I'm going to have my left knee above my left ankle. My back foot is currently on the ball of that foot, but now I'm going to go ahead and take it so that the foot comes down and the toes face in the opposite direction. And then I place my left hand on the chair and I let my right hand come to my hip. And I extend through the crown of my head and through the side and the whole sole of that right straight leg. Pulling my upper shoulder back a bit. I'm going to go ahead and extend my arm upwards. Really lengthening here. And then bringing bicep by my ear so I come into that full expression of extended side angle on the other side. And I'm breathing. Good. And then that upper arm comes back down to the chair as we come onto the ball of that back foot and it rotates back, toes towards the chair. Taking your hands on the chair, taking that front foot back, feeling that transition even in your abdominal area. So from here, bend into both knees. Rise on the balls of your feet and then come to straight legs, flat feet. Bend into your knees, rise into the balls of your feet and straighten legs, heels come down. And then bring yourself forward to wherever that place is for you. Maybe you come into full plank. Maybe you're here, right? Even here, you're using abdominal strength. Right, so find where that is for you. Okay, bring yourself back, down, down. And then I'm going to take my right foot forward. Find that bend in my knee again, and find that back foot just coming at about a 45-degree angle. So my toes aren't facing you right now; they're facing at an angle, more kind of in between the chair and you. And then from here, I'm going to come to the edge of that chair. I'm going to press back into that back heel. You should feel a nice opening in your calf there, all right? You may want to just stay here, you guys, or maybe lifting one arm up into a try to move your cactus, or lift it all the way up. If you're doing one arm, then go ahead and switch. Or you can take both arms up if you feel you're balanced, okay? Into warrior one. We'll often do this seated in the chair. But we use the chair this time to support us to rise up. And then after you either lifted both arms up or one at a time up, take your hands back down. Press into the chair, the seat of the chair. Press back into that heel of the elongated leg. Feel that opening in the calf. I certainly do. And then take your hands, weight there. Bring yourself to the ball of that back foot, toes towards the chair, and let that front leg come back. Find down dog. Exhale. Bend into your knees, high in the balls of your feet, rounding up, straighten the legs. Come to your heels one more time. High in the balls of your feet in this squatted position, lifting hips up, lengthening legs. Good. And now we're going to go ahead and let our left foot come forward, looking for alignment, knee and ankle. Back foot takes that 45-degree angle as our hips are more forward than they are to the side, okay? So now I'm going to come in and leave my left hand planted. Maybe come onto the real edge of the chair with all my fingertips. And then take my right hand into a trident mudra. Or I take and I lift that arm in straight up, finding as much of my hips and shoulders forward, keeping my feet pressed down, lifting my other arm up only if that feels right, or taking turns, one hand on the chair at a time. Feel that equality of weight distribution between your front leg and your back leg. Feel the bend in your front knee. Feel that action in the calf of your back leg. Take a couple breaths, either switching out arms or lifting and lengthening both sides. Warrior one. And then take your hands down to that chair. Bring that front leg back after you come high on the ball of that back foot. Bring this one back. Find yourself in down dog. And then walk yourself up to that chair. Take your feet about chair leg distance. Toes out, heels in. Bring your forearms to the seat of the chair. Interlace your fingers. Extend out through your legs, maybe a little bit more. And just feel lengthening the backside of the legs. Feel your weight compressing onto your forearms as you bring your body weight forward. Looking straight down. Keep extending those legs only to the place that feels right for you. Okay. And I'm going to bend into my left knee and open up through the interior part of my right leg. Okay, you can feel that distance difference. Then bring myself to straight legs, bend into my right knee as I open up into the inside of my left leg. Bringing myself up, take my hands to the top of the chair, and heel toe walk my feet in all the way. Bring your legs together, bend into your knees, take one hand to the back of the chair, the other hand to the back of the chair. Find your little squat in here with legs together this time, holding yourself, supporting yourself with the back of the chair, and then rising up, releasing hands, arms lift. Separate feet, hips distance, upward salute, exhale, cactus, heart lift. Squeeze the elbows down, lift up. And exhale, both hands come floating on down. Good. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the chair back towards you and find my seat in the chair. Fine. Stability here isn't always the easiest thing with bricks and flagstone and all of that. So your floor probably isn't quite like that. So anyways, here we are again, finding ourselves seated in our chair. Bring your legs nicely together here. Arms lift up. Exhale, take your hands down through Anjali Mudra. Let's just do this little simple opening in and out. 2 times with legs squeezing together. Good. And now keeping my left leg planted. I'm taking my right ankle over my left knee area. And I'm going to take my right hand into my right inner thigh, left hand to left foot. Left hand to right foot. That's the upper foot. And I'm going to kind of flex, help my foot flex, press into my interior or the top of my right thigh, and take a little twist. And feel that in the outer part of my hip. And bringing myself back into center, bringing myself forward, really reaching forward here. Letting my head come down. Bringing myself up and rising up. And exhale, taking that leg down. Figure 4 on the other side. Rising up, flexing into that foot. As I do, I feel that right back here. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my left arm into the inner left part of my thigh. My right hand can take a hold of my left foot. Really lifting up here and then taking myself into a twist. One side and then the other. And then taking myself forward. Really let my head go. Really rising up. Bringing myself upright. Letting my leg come down. Taking a couple breaths here. Good. And then go ahead and let yourself come into the back of your chair. All right. Let your back attach to the back of your chair. And from here, you may want to have blocks under your feet. You might want to take your feet here so that heels are on the legs of your chair if you don't have blocks. Those of you that maybe want to take a little bit of openness in your hips, and this is available to you, you may take one leg up and then switch it out, or you can take it into Sukhasana, all right? So that we are seated, whatever is comfortable for you. And I really want you to take your spine to the back of the chair, all right? Find your shoulders there. Find your vertebrae there. Find your hands on your knees, wherever your knees are and however they are. And remember, you don't need to be seated like this. Sukhasana. Find what's good for you. Let's go ahead and lift our head up, chin lifts. And crow tuck, round chin comes to chest. Feel that radiating out throughout the tops of your trapezius, down your spine. One more up. And one more down. From here, roll that chin towards your right shoulder. Look back. Let that left shoulder pull down, roll to the center, and roll over to your left shoulder. Pull down the right one. It's going to want to lift up. Come on back into center. Keep it on back down. And back into center. Lift your head on up. Let your hands come down. Let your arms pull back and your chest lift and your spine release from the back of the chair. Let your heart be expansive. Open up here. And then let your spine come back to the seat of your chair, the back of your chair, not the seat. Lifting arms. Take one hand to shoulder. Let the other hand come over. Find yourself just opening up a little bit more. One side of the body. Bring yourself upright. Let yourself fall over into the other side of your body. Do not fall. Release of that. That sounds better. Bring yourself up. And releasing. This time, my right elbow is going to be attached with my left hand and my right hand down my back. Straight first. And again, my back is up against the back of the chair. If you prefer to move away from there, you can do that. Arms lift and take your palms together with the crisscross palms together. And go ahead and take your arms into this little funny hand position here. And then release back up. And try to do it in the opposite way. Squeezing. Bring yourself forward and releasing. Yeah, it's a little tricky. Bring yourself up. And then just hands come together, palm to palm, bend into your elbows, and let's just take some figure eights with our wrists, with our hands. We're getting in to the groove of early just pressing back. Good. And release. Let's go ahead and close your eyes. If you're not outside, pretend that the wind is blowing through your hair, caressing your face and the rest of your skin and body. Feeling that sweetness, hearing the chimes maybe blowing as the wind blows. But most importantly, coming into our own breath space. Coming into calm. Remaining in peace. Feeling sweetly sedated with our breath. Yet gently activated as well. And then go ahead and take your hands into heart center. Your back can continue to be up against the chair, or you can sit upright. If it was at an angle, maybe back onto those sits bones. And again, legs don't have to be like you're watching me have mine. It just felt good for me to do that today. Hands here at your heart. Take a look up in. Exhale, bow down to your true teacher, yourself. And then lifting, looking, and offering that beautiful word, mantra of namaste. Thank you for your presence. It's always a gift. You can always let me know what else you might need or want. Appreciate